Hi, today we're going to continue my look at my favorite things about live with warping. So I'll play a groove in nice and slow at around 80 BPM, and then we'll use the warping tools in live to correct its timing and to bring it up to a more appropriate tempo. Also, we'll be able to manipulate its groove, add some swing, and give it that kind of human grease that we might like on the groove that I'm just not good enough to apply. So let's check it out. Before I start recording, I want to show you how I set up my live set. So I've set my loop to go from bar 5 to 21, which is a 16-bar phrase, and my grid is set to 4-bar units. So we see that we have four 4-bar units here. This count is actually me talking. Just so let's hear it.
Count 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. That's going to help me in my ears as I record. It's going to help keep myself in the meter and in the form, and my fills will be in the right place. I also have count 2, 3, 4 to let me know we're about to start. Now the challenge here is I'm doing this single-handedly, so I'll have to hit record and run to the other side of the room to start recording. Let's try it out. First, I check my tempo, it's 80 BPM, my click track is on, I hit stop twice to go back to the beginning, record enable the project, make sure loop is on, and then record enable my track. Hit play to start recording, and then I'll run across the room to get ready to record. I have a nice amount of time to just get settled here and ready, get in place.
Count 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So after the recording, we're left with this. I had stopped the project a little bit after it had looped. So we have this little bit right here, which was kind of extra after looping. I'm just going to delete that and bring the start right to back to bar 5. We're looking at my final take I did. But if I click on this, I can actually move this and go to any take within it. So I'll go back to the beginning. I'm going to hold Option on a Mac, and that'll actually move the beginning end braces there, and I can go back to the first take I did right there. Now I just want to hear this loop, so I will turn off the count that I had. I'll turn off my click track, and we'll listen to the drums. Let's hear it. So that's the groove I wanted, but it's just really slow and kind of sloppy. The first thing we can do is speed it up, and I'm just going to turn up my whole global tempo to be 150. Let's hear it back now. So it's getting there. It has the right tempo. The problem is it's kind of fuzzy sounding, and that's because I'm using the complex warp mode. Now if I switch this over to beats, preserve transients, we're going to find it's going to be much punchier. So it's much punchier now. It's preserving that kind of crispness of the hits. Problem is, timing's a little off still. So I'll select everything, Command A, and then I'll quantize. Now I want to quantize in a way where I can adjust the settings. So I'll go to Edit and choose Quantized Settings. I want to quantize 16th notes. Now I was careful as I was recording. I was thinking of playing a constant line of 16th notes. So I'll quantize 16th notes, and I'll actually do it 100%. Let's hear it now. Now you might find little moments where it quantizes a little incorrectly, like I noticed at this 11, it didn't come in right where I wanted. Now I find that often just deleting some warp markers, I can get just what I want. So again, you can kind of fine tune things and put things just where you need them. Let's hear it now. fix that little section. So the idea is the better you are, the less you have to go in and do that, but you may have to go fix a little bit of funkiness. Now, I wanted 16th notes quantization throughout, and I found that sometimes it may add a couple extra warp markers, and I find I have to go through and just delete some sometimes to keep it mostly on 16th notes. And I think I'll end up with a cleaner recording if I do that, because I was thinking about 16th notes as the whole thing. So you do have to do some little bit of editing, but for the most part, it should turn out great. Let's hear it now. Now, I prefer to use the straight through play mode, and I'm going to speed it up even a little more. Let's do 175. All right. Now, the cool thing about this straight through play warp mode is that you can shorten how long it plays between each transient, and it functions like a really intelligent noise gate. Just cutting out the sound between the hits, which is great. Turn the amplitude up a little bit. You can go really short and get like an edited kind of sound, really heavily gated, but here we go. I like that. Now, it has a nice feel to it. It's very rigid now. I'd like to impose a little bit of kind of swing, a little bit of like human grease to this. So I'll zoom out a little bit, show the browser, and what I need to see is the groove pool, or the groove section. So that's this two squigglies. We'll grab that, and I'll right-click there and say Browse Groove Library, and this will open up the entire list of all the possible grooves that we have available to us. I really like the MPC style grooves, and I'll go for the really heavy one. So I do start with a really heavy groove. So I'll do the 16th swing, 75. Actually, let's do the 8th note swing, 75, and I'll just click and drag it right down to the groove section on the clip. So that's been applied now. Now I like the amplitude variations that I had put in myself, so I will click this triangle to reset velocity and just have timing 100%. This will probably be too much. Let's hear it. A little too much for me. I'll back it off. And I'm going to play the whole. And I can adjust the amount of groove I want by adjusting this timing parameter. So that's quite straight. That might sound good at a faster tempo, like what about 200? Or maybe if I do 160, I might want to have a heavier timing. So that's what I wanted to show you today about warping in live. So it's wonderful for taking a live performance and just tweaking it and getting those timings to be perfect. Again, you can go in and fine-tune things all you want by grabbing individual warp markers. But the great thing is you can just quantize, and you can make that audio perfectly in sync, and then add the groove with the groove pool later.